Well, this is where we have to ask ourselves the question, what are we fixing our eyes on? Well, what has our minds and our hearts? What most is true to us? What seems the truest to us in this time? Is it the pandemic? Yeah, we're not denying reality. We're not denying the hardship and the pain that this is causing. But is that the truest reality to you? Is that the thing that you find is the last word on all matters? Is it the thing that most controls your emotions and your thoughts and your attitudes? Is this the ultimate truth governing and defining your life? If it is, then there's no hope and joy in that. That is not going to lead to joy. What Paul is calling us to is not a denial of reality. He's not saying just pretend like suffering and pain don't happen. Rather, he's saying, let's fix our eyes on what is most true. What is truer than even this pandemic? What is truer than even our pain and our suffering? And that is the truth of who Jesus is and what Jesus has accomplished. And so this morning, look, if you're struggling with fear and anxiety, if you feel like your strength is zapped and you have no peace, can I remind you of the gospel? Can I encourage you in the gospel? Can I remind you that Jesus Christ, God the Son, stepped from heaven into our world, and through his life and his death and his resurrection, he defeated our brokenness and our pain and our sin and sickness and disease and death. Jesus Christ stands in authority over sickness and disease and death. They don't get the last word. Church, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Jesus is resurrected and reigning. The final word on our life, if you are in Christ, is not sickness and disease. It's resurrection. It's receiving bodies that cannot and will not be touched by sickness and disease and death. That is the power of Christ in you. That is the truest truth that is governing our world.